Nikon says that the D810 produces the best image quality of any DSLR in its history, and we can't wait to put that claim to the test. 4. High pixel count. No anti-aliasing filter for better detail resolution. 5 FPS shooting at full resolution. Against huge file sizes. No Wi-Fi built in. More interference be more of an issue. Features: full-frame CMOS sensor, 36.3 MP, 3.2-inch screen, 1,229,000 dots, 1080p video capture. Main features and specifications: 1 sensor, 36.3 MP f(x), 4.8 pixel size. 2 sensor size, 35.9 x 24 mm. 3 resolution, 7360 x 4912. 4DX mode, 15.3 MP. 5DX mode resolution, 4800 x 3200. 6 native ISO sensitivity, 64 to 12800. 7 boost low ISO sensitivity, 32. 8 boost high ISO sensitivity, 25,600 to 51,200. 9 SRAW file support, 12-bit uncompressed. 10 processor, X-Speed 4. 11 metering system, 3D color matrix meter 3 with highlight weighted metering. 12 dust reduction, yes. 13 weather sealing / protection, yes. 14 body build, full magnesium alloy. 15 white balance, new white balance system with up to 6 presets. 16 shutter, up to 1/8030 SEC exposure. 17 shutter durability, 200,000 cycles, self-diagnostic shutter. 18 camera lag, 0.012 seconds. 19 storage, 1 XCF slot and 1 XSD slot. 20 viewfinder coverage, 100%. 21 speed, 5 FPS, 6 FPS in DX/1.2x mode, 7 FPS in DX crop mode with optional MBD12 battery pack. 22 exposure meter, 91,000 pixel RGB sensor. 23 built-in flash, yes, with commander mode, full CLS compatibility. 24 autofocus system, advanced multicam 3500 FX with group area AF. 25 AF detection, up to f/8 with 9 focused points, 5 in the center, 2 on the left and right. 26 LCD screen, 3.2-inch diagonal with 1,229K dots. 27 movie modes, full 1080p HD at 60 FPS max. 28 movie exposure control, full. 29 movie output, MOV, compressed and uncompressed. 30 in-camera HDR capability, yes. 31 GPS, not built in, requires GP1 GPS unit. 32 battery type, and L15. 33 battery life, 1,200 shots. 34 USB standard, 3.0. 35 weight, 880G. 36 dimensions, 146 x 123 x 82 mm, 5.75 x 4.84 x 3.23. 37 price, $3,299.95 MSRP. Performance. Battery, not substantively better, but better. I haven't found a situation where I've needed more than one battery a day. Indeed, in Africa I was charging my D810 batteries about once every 3 days, despite using the camera from dawn to dusk with VR lenses and doing a fair amount of live view work. Still not D3/D4 levels of battery performance, but better than virtually everything else I've used other than a Canon 1DX. Focus, not substantively better, but better, sensing a pattern yet. I found myself dialed in very quickly with the new autofocus system, though I'm still experimenting with when group might be better than 9-point. The difference is that the camera has a little more leeway to make its choice instantly with group, whereas with 9-point it's always going to try your choice first. Also note that group has a bit of closest subject priority built back into it, something that was removed from the autofocus system in modern DSLRs. I like that, as it's predictable, whereas the more paternalistic AF decision-making of dynamic AF is much less predictable. The thing that impressed me most wasn't that the D810's focus system was faster than my D800 ES,
but that it just isn't having any real problems with motion despite the fact I can crank the camera up to 7 FPS, DX mode with MBD12. I also noticed that the new 80 to 400mm was even less prone to hunt on my D810 than my D70-100, and the new 80 to 400mm isn't prone to hunt in the first place. The way I'd characterize the D810's focus system is this: as good as it gets on a Nikon, at least in cameras introduced prior to the D810, the D750 beats it a bit in very low light. Highlight metering, I just used the word paternalistic, and here it is again. The old Olympus highlight metering system that we all loved was a known offset from middle gray. By that, I mean that if you metered on a highlight, the camera put the exposure a fixed distance off from what it would if you metered a gray tone. Nikon's new highlight metering doesn't quite work that way. It has this habit of ignoring some highlights. I can see where they came from with that. It's unlikely that a photographer would want to meter on some small specular highlights, but they might want to meter on a bright area and have the camera adjust. Where Nikon's system seems to work well is in the theater. If I meter on faces or costumes made a bit bright by stage lighting, the camera does a pretty good job of picking at appropriate compensation. But that's my problem with this system: the camera is picking. It does not seem to be absolutely fixed, and as I noted, small brighter highlights will generally be ignored. So if you're thinking that this is a system for setting perfect ETTR exposures, it isn't. I'm still testing this aspect of the camera, so perhaps I'll have an aha moment and figure out the algorithm Nikon is using. I wish they would just tell us, though. Dynamic range measures the same, looks the same in my testing. As usual, the D810 simply has a lot of ability to pull up considerably underexposed shadow detail. It's not a limitless capability, but it's incredibly large and useful. Resolution, same, though I think I detect an extremely slight improvement in integrity of acuity on completely random small detail. I don't know how to test reliably for a change this small, no. It's something I sense, but can't quite put my finger on. It's also not clear whether this is just improvement from shutter slap removal or the change to the way the data isn't anti-aliased. Noise, JPEGs. Better. NEFs. Can't really find any difference worth reporting, though note what I said about a small color change above. The D810 renders slightly different than the D800/D800E. Many people won't notice, but it's there, and it's especially true in certain types of lighting, which makes me suspect slight changes to RNB filtration. I will say this about image quality: if you're a JPEG shooter, Nikon's made enough changes that the D810 seems like a different and better camera than the D800/D800E. The tuning between edge acuity and sharpening and noise reduction in areas, in particular, seems really much better dialed in than before. I think most D800/D800E shooters would probably find that they can push the ISO a little further than they used to because of this. We liked. It's surprising how much difference the change to the shutter and mirror box makes. The camera feels more polished and is much more discreet. Its weatherproofing also means that it can be used in harsh conditions. The autofocus system is also excellent, capable of focusing quickly and accurately and keeping track of a moving subject even in low light. As with the Nikon D800, Nikon D800E and Sony A7R, having 36 million pixels is really useful when you can't get the composition exactly as you need it in camera. There is so much scope to crop. The images are also of excellent quality, with well-controlled noise, pleasant colors, and superb detail. I also appreciate the move towards finer grain noise with less smoothing or clumping at high sensitivity settings. It may make the noise more visible to our lab testing, but the images look more natural and detailed at 100% on screen. We disliked. According to Nikon, only a very small percentage of photographers who have a camera with Wi-Fi connectivity built in actually use it for sharing images on Facebook and the like. However, as one who does so on a regular basis, it's something I really enjoy doing because I know I'll have a much better shot than I'll ever get on my phone. Given the file sizes from the Nikon D810, it's not something that people are going to do a lot, but it's nice to have the option, and of course they can also be scaled for faster transfer. Many users would also appreciate the ability to control the camera remotely via a smartphone. It's a great way of reducing camera shake. Although the D810's control layout is very good and it handles well, I think Nikon could make better use of its I button and information screen. I can't see the point in having quick access to customization features that you are only likely to use once.
It also seems a shame to have a screen that shows you the majority of the camera's settings but doesn't let you change them. Final verdict. The Nikon D810 is an excellent, well-rounded camera that's capable of delivering superb images in a wide range of conditions. Its high pixel count and tremendous detail resolution mean that it is especially well suited for use by landscape, still life, and macro photographers, but its autofocus system and noise control mean that it is also capable of delivering superb sport, action, and wildlife photographs.